It was around 1999 when my mother bought the first house computer that we ever had. And he showed me this amazing game called 3D Ultra Pinball. And I think that's when I fell in love with games. They were like fast paced, very colorful, very crazy, very loud. And I love that. That game and many others were made by Roberta Williams, one of the most amazing women in video game history. And with her husband, she created Sierra Online, one of the first video game companies. And together, they created the first ever graphic adventure game. Her passion and her love for storytelling kinda pushed computers to do what engineers have told her all the time that couldn't be done. She wanted to add visual emotions and color to her games. And from King's Quest to Phantasmagoria, her games defined the video game industry and what was possible to do with games. Phantasmagoria alone took 2 years of development. It was placed in 7 CD-ROMs, and it took 550 pages of a script. Phantasmagoria sold over 1 million copies. And that's how Sierra Online became the very first video game company to actually hire professional composers, to hire professional voice actors. Honestly, Sierra Online was what happens when a woman takes power in a studio. She hired locals, she trained talent. She actually brought women from multiple other disciplines to work on her games, and these were widely successful. But of course, we are talking about a male centric industry. By the late 90s, Sierra Online was totally different, and at that point, Roberta had to fight to have a voice in her own company. Her ideas were diminished, her design notes were ignored, and the hypermasculine shift in her company, creating all male driven teams that just blatantly changed her ideas and just didn't tell her things that they were doing. Projects started to get canceled, and Roberta just stepped away. Can you guess what happened with Sierra Online? Roberta really didn't come back to play games or to make games ever. When the spaces we love become spaces that we are not welcomed in, even play starts feeling like work. Video games are supposed to be for everyone, and for the longest time, women have had to fight a lot to just be in the vicinity of them. When will enough be enough? Roberta helped build the gaming world, and then just stepped back and watched how everything she believed in just crumbled apart. She opened the door for all of us, and somehow the industry closed it again immediately. But now we are standing on a golden opportunity. With the rise of indie games, this is our time. Are we really gonna let it slip out of our fingers? It is about time that we claim that feeling back. Not just for her, but for every player, for every woman that has ever felt that they didn't belong in the game.